Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Wellrith, and tonight I'm going to show you exactly what not to do if you're interested in making an Astolfo cosplay. First thing that I feel like you should definitely be paying attention to, which I didn't, is patterning. Knowing how big you are, knowing your sizes, knowing what this side is for, knowing the purpose for having certain measurements is so important when you're cosplaying, especially when it comes for the sleeves, the arms. Like, knowing how to measure that, knowing what to do for it is so very vital, because the moment that like you think like, oh, I've got the general shape down, I've got the general gist of it, I'm just gonna draw a shirt and then I'm gonna cut it out using the fabric, and then when I sew it together it should be fine. No, the shape that you use when you're sewing, the shape that you cut out, that's still very important. I thought that I could get away with like cutting out bad shapes because I'm just gonna sew it together anyway. Who's gonna see the shape? You will most definitely feel the shape. That's why clothes are like built in certain ways. That's why patterns have these very specific instructions, because every part in making clothes, making the pattern for clothes, has a purpose, and you should take the time to find these out. Like for seam allowances, for pin tuck allowances, for allowances of all kinds, you should really try to figure that out so that in the next time, if you ever decide to make a cosplay, you won't be too troubled. Next thing I did wrong was not budgeting my fabric correctly. Oh my gosh, this was one of my biggest blunders, because I ended up running short on fabric for this specific piece here, because I really wanted to make this bigger. It's meant to go around your neck like that, and I wanted to give, oops, it's the other way around. Oops, I'm sorry, it's late. Anyways, I ran out of fabric, but I really wanted to make this bigger. You're gonna see that in the full cosplay, it's kind of tight around my neck. I wanted that effect, but I think I went too far with it. So when you're making a cosplay of any kind, you should pay attention to how much fabric you have on hand and be realistic when you're buying it. Because when I bought this at first, I was thinking like, oh, I can totally budget like all of this into 1 yard each color. No, you can't. Cause you can see in this specific cosplay, it's a skirt, and then it's the small detailing for the shirt, the collar, and then it's the skirt. The skirts, pleated skirts in general, they take up a lot of fabric. So you know your original hip measurement, your waist measurement, double that, because pleating eats up double the amount of fabric. I think I have a picture. If I have a picture, I'll show it up here of that happening, but it takes a lot of fabric to do pleating. So make sure to not go cheap on your fabric. Make sure to not skimp on it, because it will be you regretting it in the end and having to compromise on other details of your cosplay, like I did. Now, the third mistake I made was not ironing this properly. So ironing is also another really big aspect of having a nice, clean looking piece of work in the end. Please iron your clothes, because you can see, I don't know what's going on with the skirt there, but I didn't iron it, so it ended up looking like that. Yeah. Oh, mistake number 4. My mistake number 4 was not documenting this properly. You can see, if you want to make content in general, you want to make sure that you're kind of recording this right. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but half of the shots that I have on my laptop are just shots of my hand and then the sewing machine. I wish I included more of like what was I doing behind the scenes. I got embarrassed because, you know, I look really stupid when I record sometimes. Case in point, Anyways, yeah, if you're making any type of video and it's going to include these like recordings of how you worked and how you made your progress and stuff, make sure to get at least a few good angles, because this ain't it, chief. And now, my fifth mistake. My fifth mistake was being too hard on myself when making the cosplay in general, because I noticed something. I get really insecure the moment I fuck up just like one single thing. I think that's common for everyone, but the moment that I felt like things were going wrong, I just gave up and I stopped working on it for like a couple of weeks. But that was a really bad idea, because you want to keep this train of motivation, especially when you have it going, especially when you're someone like me, because I lose my focus very easily, I get bored very easily, and when it comes to that, it's just like a huge bummer when you see like, oh no, it's not working out the way I wanted it to. But don't never be discouraged by things not working out perfectly the first time you do them, because nothing will ever work out perfectly if you don't keep working on it. Like, some people like to think like, oh, these master cosplayers, wow, it looks so good, I wonder how they got there. No one ever just gets there by doing nothing. So even if you're embarrassed of it, even if it's kind of shitty, never be afraid of presenting what you've made, because no one can take the fact away from you that you still made it. I mean, I used to be really shitty at art, and I just kept working on it, and I got better at it. I used to be really shit at sewing. Now I'm getting better at it. I'm working on bigger things. Always, always be kind to yourself, especially when you're doing something as sensitive as creating, because everyone has like an artist inside them, and that artist dies every time you try to stifle it. Like, oh my god, this is so cringe, this is no bueno, this is not good. Sure, it might not be good right now, but who's to say that you aren't getting better? Anyways, yeah, those are the 5 mistakes that you should 100% avoid when you're making a cosplay. And here's me in the finished cosplay.
Morning, is your meat? Hello. Your meat. Your meat. Hello.
Anyways, that's it for tonight. I hope you even enjoyed this just a little. It was a really fun project to work on. I plan on working on so much more. I really love doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love getting in there. I love hearing the chick 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 of my sewing machine. I like it. I like it a lot. I like working with fabric. I like getting my room all messy and having my mom go like yeah. I hope that this somehow manages to inspire another person, another idiot like me who's very ambitious and wants to get into something but they're too scared to do it. Don't be scared, bro. It's just fabric. It's not gonna hurt you. And getting started is better than never getting started at all. That's the final message I have for this video. I hope you all have a good evening, good day, whatever time it is you're watching this. And yeah, much love. Bye-bye.
Wait. Morning, is your meat? Hello.